Welcome back to page 121. Today I want to talk about a book that I put off buying for a very long time for Mongoose second edition, and I'm actually glad I finally pulled the trigger. And that is The Traveler Companion. This guy was published in 2018. I recently pulled the trigger on it, courtesy of the Christmas and July sale that's going on through the end of the month through DriveThruRPG. You get a treat with this book. This is a really good book, but in addition to that, you do get a treat with it. And I'll go into it as we take a look at the book in here. Also, subscribers, please. I'm still looking to grow the channel. I have to keep it growing to keep it going. So if you could, if you know anybody that's on the fence about subscribing, or you yourself are, please do. Existing subscribers, thank you. Also, Patreon, if there's anything you do to help out there, even on a month-to-month basis, anything like that, that would be most appreciated. To all my existing patrons, thank you. Back to the stuff at hand. At a discount, during the DriveThruRPG Christmas and July sale, which runs through the end of July, we get the Traveler Companion and a little bonus from Mongoose Publishing. Today on page 121. The Traveler Companion. I like this guy. I put off buying it simply because I had other things I considered higher priorities. I kind of knew it was in here. I thought it was a lot of alternate traveler setting things, and there is some of that, but there's just a lot of useful information in here. This guy was written by Martin Doherty and was published in 2018. And like I said, this was published during the period I had of, I have old Traveler stuff I don't need new. I was wrong. I am glad I got this, but like I said, this is one of those that I went ahead and held off on for a long time. There always seemed to be another book I had to pick up before I got to this one. So I'm going to go through this book, but I'm going to show you a little surprise from Mongoose Publishing before I do so. This is the surprise from our friends at Mongoose Publishing. The Traveler Companion Update 2024. They announced a couple of days ago that they were going to be putting this guy out, and if you had Traveler Companion, all you had to do was re-upload it, or download it rather, and you would get the update as it is for free. I think that's a really good thing. According to their website, this won't see print until the bottom of 2024, but you can have the PDF now, and if you've already bought Traveler Companion, you can go to wherever you bought it from, if it's DriveThruRPG or the Mongoose website, and you can download this guy for free. Also, if like me, you just bought Traveler Companion during the Christmas and July sale, you can get the Traveler Companion update as part of it. It came automatically with it. I was very pleased with that. It cost, it's marked down from $29.99 to $22.50, and that goes through the end of the month. I considered that quite a bargain, and I got a bunch of new stuff. Why do I need the update? Well, a lot of the stuff that's in the update is the same stuff that's in the original one. This obviously has been published in 2023. Martin Doherty is still the author, but there's more stuff in here. This book is 20 pages longer than the other one, and I'm going to go through the book, and I'll show you the very end that I know is new to this book. There may be some stuff in there in the articles themselves or in some of the tables or something that's new. I have not read both of these books simply because I just got them, and I wanted to get this video out in time for anybody to enjoy the sale that needed it. So here we are. We're going to go through it. Beautiful artwork. The one thing they did improve on tremendously, even from 2018, is the artwork in this book. It's very nicely illustrated, very nicely laid out. I know that some of the page count went up because they did reformat a little bit. It's a lot less cluttered than the original was. I like Mongoose's current, less cluttered format. Also, with the artwork, they've expanded the page count a little bit, but there is some brand new stuff in here. So right here, we're going to take a look at characteristics. Expanding the characteristics, the high and the low characteristics. If you need to go past 23, it's right here for you. A wealth characteristic, a luck characteristic, morale, sanity if you want to do a Cthulhu type game, and social standing beyond Soch. So just some other things you can do with Soch. And then you have effective Soch. I like effective Soch. If you are, say you're the child of someone who is wealthy and very powerful, but it turns out that person's been indicted on some things and has been convicted, your Soch standing may have been very high while Dad was still a big muckamuck. But now that Dad's incarcerated, your social standing is going to plunge. And I like that. This kind of brings that out a little bit. That's how I've always done Traveler, by the way. Using alternative characteristics, alternative character creation. If you want to use some optional Traveler creation rules, they're right here for you. There's a nice way to make a Bueps, like Bueps. Package-based creation, so you could create a belter package, and there are many, many samples in here, where you would just go ahead and you'd have some course skills, and then you could add a few to customize the character. But here we go. Through Colonist, Developed World, Fringe, Low Tech, Metropolis, Space Habitat, Water World, Administrator, Barbarian, Agent, Citizen, Corsair, Medic, Marine, Military, that was Military Enlisted, Military Officer, Performer, Noble, Rogue, Scholar, Spacer Crew, Scout, Spacer Command, and Wanderer. And then a points by creation, where you can have so many points and put them to the stats as you want. So personalization in Traveler creation. I have actually seen many systems like this over the years. They're pretty good if you don't want to go through the difficulty and the random chance of Traveler character creation, even under Mongoose. They also introduced in this book the Iron Man rule during character creation. Iron Man rule is basically what Traveler creation was when Traveler was brand new, the original Little Black books. When you rolled your character up, if you failed the survival roll, you died. We used to crumple the paper up and throw it in the garbage. Then we got smarter, and we used those as NPCs. But the character was gone at that point, so you had to weigh the risk of going forward with another term versus your possibility of not surviving. Now you can play that in Mongoose too under the Iron Man rule. Allies, contacts, rivals, and enemies. Nice system. Nice random charts for it. Not every rival or even enemy is really that bad. Maybe they don't really bear you that much ill will. They're just somebody that they don't like. It just happens. And here's a nice chart for it on the 2d6 chart table. Pre-career options. Did you have a colonial upbringing? Merchant Academy, Psionic Community, School of Hard Knocks, Spacer Community. 2 additional careers are in here, the Truther and the Believer. I haven't read either one of these through yet. I don't know if I'm going to include them in my career video series or not. I've got to read them over. Training and experience, how to get adventure experience. You can actually give out experience points rather than just have your players work their way up through new stats or new skills. You can give out experience points and they can use that to buy skills. Very similar to the Champion's way of doing it. Broad skills and specialties. Maybe you just have a background in baking and it's never really come out, but mom was an expert baker who could have gone pro if she wanted to, and you learned all that at her knee, so maybe you're a really good baker. This is a way to add that broad skill that doesn't really impact the game that much. Alternative play styles. You have narrative task resolution, mundane events check, recognition of competence. Mundane events would be your driving from your home to a friend's house. Is there a mundane event? Oh, I rolled something bad. You get an offender better. That's kind of thing. It adds to some nice role playing. Combat. Ammunition expenditure. Instead of counting every shot, there's a broad way to do it. Using endurance. Alternative initiative. Material destruction. How do you blow things up? How do you tear through a door with a gun? Additional wound effects. Combat mishaps. Hit location charts. All this stuff you can add or not as you choose. Weapons, searches, scanners and searches. I don't think that's dealt with enough in Traveler, so I'm pretty excited to read over that section. Gravity and related effects. This is the kind of stuff that I was excited to read because these can be in your game or not as you choose, but I was excited that they're here because this really made me think back to the old days of the Little Black Books and the Journal of Traveler's Aid Society and the Game Lord supplements for the undersea environment, the mountain environment, the desert environment. Here we have gravity, and pretty soon we're going to have different terrain. Atmosphere and vacuum. Very hard to come by information for the game early in Traveler's existence. Now, of course, we have plenty more, plus there's always the internet. Underwater environments. Diseases, toxins, and chemicals. The delivery method, detection of it, resisting it. Sample agents that can be introduced, biological hazards. Having gone through what we've all gone through, and some of us finding our lives changed forever by a recent biological event, this really caught my attention. I've always liked this possibility in Traveler. Acids and other corrosives, starvation and thirst, water shortage, effects of temperature, hypothermia, hyperthermia, terrain conditions and movement, flying in cluttered airspace. All kinds of goodies in here. And this whole thing is just like a big JTAS article. I like that about it a lot. Here we have the mountain environment, the desert environment, aquatic terrain. As I said, put me in mind of those old Game Lords. Excellent supplements. Landing in difficult terrain. Animal encounters. Lots and lots of animals in this thing. I was very pleased by that. Here we just have a bunch of them. I'm not going to go through each and every one. I may feature some of these in a future video by themselves, but I just want to show now as part of the book. And this is all in the updated version. And like I said, you get both versions. So if there's some stuff that's in the original version that you like, but somehow didn't make it into here, you'll still have access to it. You'll have both versions. And if you already bought this guy, all you have to do is re-download it. Quick disclaimer again, I don't work for Mongoose. I don't think they even know I exist. This is just a gamer telling other gamers about an opportunity. It's an opportunity I jumped on. I'm very glad I did. Lots of good creatures in here. I have to resist saying monsters because they're not monsters. They're creatures. Now we go to vehicle damage. Anti-personnel weapons. Built tough. Refereeing Traveler. How do you want to referee? Do you want to have play balance? Build a Traveler universe. Creating human and alien societies. That can be some of the best fun and some of the most challenge for Traveler. This guy runs 186 pages, by the way. Like I said, it's got a 20-page greater page count than the other one. Interpreting universal world profile data. The 3 H's. What are they? How do they work? General characteristics. I like this. I like this a lot. Technology distribution. Love that picture. Fleshing out a world. Traveler map and the wiki. If you haven't been on Traveler map or you're a little intimidated by it, and I know I was when I first started using it, this is a great place to get your feet wet with it. I know Traveler map is just, be ready. It's a time sink. You're going to just spend a long time on it and not even realize you did it. And all the links to the wiki and everything else. It even cautions you that the information in the wiki may not be official. It might just be something that somebody put in there because it is a wiki. People can add to it. I'm going to shrink this down. I have the art populate. We're going to look at charted space. Using the map scales. The jump map. I love the jump map on Traveler map. You can actually take a world, and then if you have a jump 3 vessel, you can see all the places it could jump to from that world. I think the world profile here might be new to this book. Don't hold me to that. Starports and spaceports. Just a quick look at that. Love starports and spaceport information. I'll take them from any source. And again, this is not necessarily Traveler-centric. It's Traveler-centric, of course, but it's not Traveler exclusive. You could absolutely use this in virtually any space role-playing game. Starport law and defenses. I like this section. I can't wait to read more of this. Legalities and lawbreaking, because it's Traveler, of course we do. Extradition treaties can be very important to your campaign. I like the artwork for some lady this lady's got 2 mechanical arms. Slower than light travel. Dealt with a little bit in Traveler, but not a ton. I got a little bit of information there. The jump drive itself and some interesting jump features, ways you can change jump in your game. Bad jumps, very bad jumps, missed jumps. Jump drive concepts. You can have jump space currents, weirder jump space. Variable jump duration. Alternate jump operations. Instant jump. That can be a literal game changer. I dabbled with that a little bit in the late 80s. And I introduced it, I think, for all of one game. And I realized that the dynamic of instantly appearing where you're going completely changes the profile of the entire game. Be careful with that. Traveling in normal space. Always looking for info on this. Orbital mechanics, interplanetary travel made simple. Mine warfare. This is in the original one. Gas giant operations. Transponders, registry, and mortgages. Missiles and torpedoes. There's more information in this one. Vector-based space combat. This is all new to this edition and makes up the last 15 or so pages. It's a newer system of vector-based space combat for Traveler. I am really excited about this. I want to dive into it, read it. I like vector space combat. I like it better than just using ranges. We'll see how this goes. This could actually be tabletop combat for Traveler, in Traveler as it is. We gotta look at objects in space, the round sequence, missiles and vector-based space combat, larger scale map, ships that pass in the night, dogfights and vector space combat, ship automation, gravitic shielding, Starship weaponry. Some really nice stuff here, and then of course a fine index at the end and the back cover. 186 pages, and it comes with the original version of the Traveler Companion from 2018. You get both. You get both right now if you jump on it at discount price through Drive-Thru RPG's Christmas and July sale. So I will put a link below to the Christmas and July sale for the Traveler Companion. If you go to the Traveler website, under the forums, they'll explain why they did what they did. Basically, what Mongoose said was, we had this thing ready to go. We thought, what the heck, we'll throw it as a bonus to our customers. And they did. This will be in hardcover in about a year, a little over a year. But right now it's available in PDF. And like I said, if you already bought the Traveler Companion some time ago, you re-upload it from your source that you bought it from, and you'll get the update for free. So there you go. That's it for today on page 121. I hope you like what you heard and saw. If you did, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. And please take a look also at the Jump Point video. I'm going to be talking about that a little bit in every video. We are playing D&D and Traveler at Jump Point this year. It will be held in the southwest suburbs of Chicago and Frankfort, Illinois, at a fine comic book store. All the information will be in the link to the Jump Point video I released, and that'll be below. That's all I got for today on page 121. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.